Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Shalom, Israel. With ISUPK, started off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Started off 1969, where we are under Commanding General Yahanna, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Obviously, Zak Shapar teaching Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan is the holy tongue that we have on our chart here. Um, it means the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, the only one in the entire world that understands this chart right here. So we're telling our brothers and our sisters that on Lashawan Qadash, if you're black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, get in here so you can figure out the ancient Hebrew and the Assyrian Hebrew when we were in captivity. Hebrew reads from right to left. Pull up the chart here for a second. Let's see. We'll pull up the chart and show you here a little bit about the class so you'll understand before we get into the dietary laws. Getting off work, we have people pay attention to the dietary laws here so people understand. If you see on the chart here, we have what we got, the chart Abagada Tayakala Manasa. If you see it on the chart, Apatazakwarashata. In the top chart, that top line up there, you have you have the ancient Hebrew, which the Most High gave us from the original. All of the sounds, and of course, that's what these are, Hebrew sounds. They have meaning. The ancient Hebrew. When you said Abagada Hawazaka, reading from right to left, there are 22 sounds or 22 characters. Okay. There's the ah, which begins with an A and H, and then the I is by itself. Everything else has a ah or an A behind it, if you want to call it in English. Okay, and that all those make up the 22 sounds. Of course, if the second line here on the Hebrew chart, if you follow us down there, it's the Syrian Hebrew when we were in captivity. You understand? That's when, of course, to give you, for instance, like in Daniel's days, right? Which a lot of prophecies are being talked about and, of course, fulfilling themselves. Commander General Yahanna, of course, is doing an excellent job of teaching us about the prophecies of Daniel and, of course, a lot of prophecies in Revelation and, of course, all over the Bible. But it can only be done under Commander General Yahanna and the ISUPK and the rest of the captains and officers and, of course, the generals, of course, all of them, right? The Syrian Hebrew, when we were in captivity back in those days, a long time ago when they caught us and captured. We've been captured by every nation, man. That's what you got to understand. They allowed our sounds to stay the same, but they changed the actual picture of them. You see down there, you see Abagadaha, Abagadaha Kalamana Sa, Ipataza Quarashata. The same sounds, but they have the Syrians, of course, wanted their own, I guess you would call it chicken scratch, or they wanted their own idea of how it looks. So who we got in class? Oh, by the way, in the Assyrian, there are 22 characters, but there are 5 extra characters that go at the end of certain words, and that's what you have to understand. Of course, we bring them out. Of course, the top line again, this ancient Hebrew is 22 characters, but we have 2 things that are different, and we have these symbols here. That one, and of course that one. What is that called again? That shares 2 sounds together. And those are called what?
Connectors.
Connectors. What type of connectors?
Those are dependent connectors.
Those are dependent connectors. When you see a U like these, those are dependent connectors. When you see an upside down U, those are independent connectors. That means the sound gets a full sound is by itself. When you say dependent connector, they mask or put 2 sounds together. Okay, who we got in class today? Slaki.
We have Officer Shaw,
Mm-hmm.
checking in from South Carolina.
Right.
And we have young man Dennis checking in from Greenville, South Carolina.
Dennis. Okay, right.
We have Raipwa
Right. From
checking in
Myrtle Beach.
from North Myrtle Beach, and we have Manaima checking in from Nashville.
Manaima checking in from Crapula. Clap it up, man. Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, a thumb to all my brothers. Yahweh Shema, a thun by Shem, Yahweh Shai to all of my sisters up in the ISUPK, and of course, sisters that's joining in that are not in ISUPK. We're going to talk about that a little bit later when we do a security announcement. But right now, we want to make sure that you, respectively, if you're in the school, man, make sure you, or if you're not, pay the tithe and offering to the ISUPK.com, right? And we have the, what's it, 57 annual Passover coming up in Houston, Texas. To make sure you pay your $200 Passover fee, right? Make sure you pay that because that just a small price to pay for such large entertainment, large food and beverages, and it's a requirement. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, it's a requirement, man. And we'll but just understand that. So who else we got in the class? We got, that's it. And how about we have? Okay, so let's get into it. In the Hebrew, yeah, that's good. Okay, so what we're going to do? Let's go to Leviticus, the 11th chapter, and let's read about. Let's read a little bit. We're going to talk about dietary laws that the Most High gave Israel. Well, how do we know He gave them to Israel? Well, let's find out. Let's read it in the Bible. Let's find out. The Lord said this, the laws is, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them. Now, who was Moses and Aaron? Moses and Aaron were Levites. And you'll find a lot of Levites right here in our camp. You know, we're not affiliated with any, if you're not Black, Hispanic, or Native Indians, or if you're not in ISUPK, we're not affiliated with any other group, of course. But Levites, we have Levites that are in ISUPK, and of course we have Levites out there. They're still our brothers, even though they're not in ISUPK, you know. But they're working their way in here. You need to reserve a spot for you and get on up in here, right? So the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto him. Now Moses was the brother of Aaron. I think Aaron was the oldest, I think, and Moses was younger. These guys about 80 and 83. And he said it to them. This is after we've come from Egypt, man. Well, after we've been in captivity with that the Pharaoh, the raggedy one from Egypt, right?
Right.
But that's what it is. We got with the Pharaoh. He was a king of the world at that time, man. And he after we had the Most High had gotten us off of that and brought us down, he said, speaking to them, right? I'm going to give you some laws of what to eat and what not to eat because you see, you go around in some of these restaurants here, right here in America. Before we even start that, even in Egypt, they had this the diet what people were eating. If the what's it was the Africans, right? Pharaoh was Hamite, African. I'm sure they ate ham if they can find one. They eat the ham and the squill, you know. So that's what you got to understand. But Moses and we're going to get into this. Moses and Aaron were instructed what foods to eat, what the Most High said, right?
Right.
So the Hamites, they were Africans. They had us in captivity. So after we had gotten down from all of that and came down into our what we call Israel, the promised land, of course, we have heathens over there right now, sitting in that land that we should be comfortable in. But the Most High saw fit that we get put down in business to this Americas, all the way from slave ships. So, and he says, speaking to the children of Israel. Now, who are the children of Israel? The children of Israel are blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. He didn't say speaking to any other nation. That's remarkable that people miss this when they get up and try to read somewhere or go to these Sunday churches or Wednesday churches or whatever church they is. They miss these texts here because you see them eating some everything. Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat amongst all the beasts. And the Lord was only talking to blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Our people out there still eating. What are they eating out here, man? They're eating some of everything, okay? And that's why, hence, in Lashawan Qadash, we have to teach you the words that apply to this, right? So, whatsoever parted from the hoof. So, before we get into that, I want you guys to let's go and speak. Let's go into. I'm gonna put a red dot up here so you guys will know which one we're trying to translate. Let's go transliteration. Of course, King James translated the Bible. Put me back there. Yeah, you got it. Good. Yeah, King James. Okay, you good. King James. King James gave us the Bible, and he translated. I'm sorry, the Most High gave us the Bible, and King James most recently translated the Bible, right? Back in the 1600s, right? We're going to transliterate it. That means we're going to take from what that Bible is, and we're going to transliterate, put down the words that's in the Bible on here to help us in class today. So that first word, well, what you do is you got to write the word in English. That's the first thing you have to do. Write that word. When you write this word here, you got to understand, you got to be able to look at this chart over here. We had the chart up a second ago. In this case, you got to figure out whether you're an ancient Hebrew or Assyrian Hebrew. You'll know by the connectors. Here, in this case, you'll know by the Assyrian if they have ending characters. So figure it out. So we have people. There's the chart again. Thank you. Appreciate that. There's that chart. Abba Gada Hawazaka. Taya Kalamana Shata. So take this and understand these connectors under it and give me a nice English word up here because that word will describe what we how to even say the word uh in Hebrew. It'll give you a sounding.
So, like, I don't know.
Go ahead.
My mama says that the board is far over and she can't see it.
Uh Put it up there. Blow the screen up. I can't see. Oh, the chart you mean? Yeah, she's probably talking about the chart.
Well, I put this chart.
No, let me see the board, the large board. Okay. All right. So lock you there. We're gonna put the chart back up so you guys can see the chart. I try to let you guys see the chart, but you guys have to. We'll put a split screen up here with the chart. Um, well, not in this case. It's the chart itself, not the split screen. You can hear me, but we're going to give you the actual chart. Right. Okay. Okay. There's the chart. But anyway, if you can see the chart over there, I would love for you guys to grab your make a chart, take a picture of it, and that way you'll have it. That way you can study it, because you don't want to just come to class and just be looking at the chart. You want to be looking at it all the time. So let's go to work on this, what this is. But let me read this while we got it here, okay? Manaima and Rakwa and Char and Hawaba and Dennis.
Yes.
Right, okay.
She set the water out on.
You can see better?
Yeah, kind of. The one that was the chart.
Okay, so she can see the chart.
Kind of.
Good. All right. Yeah, it says, Moses says, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. What is that really saying? The Lord is telling you. It's telling you the beast that you can eat. Now, it's telling you the animals. There are animals that roam this earth. Of course, the Most High wants to tell his children what they can eat and what they cannot eat. You got a lot of people out here, they go around, if they can get a lizard with 15 eyes, they'll try to eat it. But you can't, there's some things in here you just can't play on. What we got at? We got somebody coming up with something there?
No, my name just set the water out.
Sure. Yes, sure. Yes. Yeah. We good?
Mm-hmm.
The water, sis. But we're working on just this one right here. And I appreciate you guys addressing me as Sir or Adawan. Sir or Adawan is especially a male. That's the only way you do it with a male, of course, and a male that has the rank, or any officer. That's for sure. Or any officer that has rank, a woman should address them Sir or Adawan. And this is good. I appreciate that. Anyway, we got answers yet?
No, sir.
Okay. But anyway, we're doing this one right here. Just keep in mind, I'll give you the first one. Of course, this is ancient Hebrew. You know, because you have what? In this class right here, we have connectors. Okay, dependent connectors. In this case, we got two dependent connectors here, and one what?
Independent.
Independent connectors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And sometimes we use prepositions and possessive adjectives, but that's a whole nother class where, unless it just incidentally come across a word that has some plurals or independent, some plurals or possessive adjectives or prepositions in it. I'm sorry, Slocky. A lot of words do.
Okay.
So we got it, or
No one yet.
okay. So let's work on this word right here. Let's just go ahead and work on it.
Okay.
Right? People, let's see. I know this first word here. What's that? Tha, right? Like this. Of course, just worry about over here. Yeah, the word in red. I'm sorry, right there. I mean the one with the red dot above it. That good? Can they see that? Yeah. Okay. Tha, like this. Okay. Tha, what? T-A-H, and since that gets the full sound of ah, we have to do this. Tha. That makes sense?
Okay.
Okay, and then we have ka, that a ka. If you look over there, that's K-A, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's K-A, K-A, and then you have what? That's wa.
Mhm.
So we want to say wa, just like this. So what does that word say? Tha, call, oops, Falakia, forgot the L, la. Tha, call, wa. Oh, we good? All right, anybody? Let's see. Let's show you what that means, okay? Tha, call, wa, right? What it is and what it's denoting and what it's saying. Let's figure out what that's saying right here, okay? Let's see. So people can understand exactly what we got here. All right. Okay. So we got a word here that says tha, and of course call, and then we have wa. So basically that's saying, no one still ain't got it right. The word, we got to figure out what the root word is. Let's figure out what that root word is. What is that root word? Let's see. Let's go. Let's read this. Let's put this up a little higher. I'm slacking. Let's put it up a little higher. Let's go up here. Tha. Now, slack. Tha. Let's just do it like this. Tha. Like this. Call. Wa. Okay. Now you get a word like that. The root word, you got to understand what the root word is. Okay. What is the root word for this? The call or a call? I'm sorry. A call? I believe it is. Yeah. Yeah. A call. A call. That means to eat. Okay. This is what you. So basically, it's saying that the root word is eat, and tha is da, thou, Slocky. Then you have, let's just get a little room down here. You have thou or tha. And that means to eat. Okay? And this is thou. We went over that word before, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Makes sense.
So where are we?
So thou eat.
And then of course, wa is actually his or your food or his food. So, and you want to say that one would be his or wa. It's like a his. And then so you say the root word is a call to eat. Thou can eat. Thou his food or wa. That's basically what you're saying. What you can eat. So if it's the male can eat it, of course, it's the female too, of course. But it's using the male. That's where the Lord used that one. Thou call waf. A call means to eat. This is what thou can eat. Wa is, of course, what did I say?
To eat.
Like that. It's just another way of saying like he or his. Okay? So it's what his food will be. This is what the Most High is trying to say, right? To that word. And that's what this is what this trying called waf. All right, or what you can eat. So that's pretty much what this is. Thou, and of course, that's kind of taking up too much room down there, so we're gonna put it up here. This is like thee or thou can eat. Thou or thou, okay? And of course, this is what you can eat. That's what the word literally translated means. All right. If anybody didn't get anybody else on there?
Oh, Michael Love is checking in from California.
Right. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barak of Thumb to my brothers, Michael Love, and Yahweh Shema Alatham Bashem Yahweh Shai to all my sisters, of course. All right, let's go to the next word here. All right. The word with this red dot here. Y'all work on this one right here. Work on this word right here. Okay, we'll give you guys a second. Salakia. All right, Salakia. We're back. Okay, we're working on the next word. Got Michael Love in class. Let's clap it up for everybody in class, right? All right. We got another word going on here. Of course, we're talking about the dietary law. So let's read some more about this, okay? We were on verse 2, Leviticus 11 and 2. Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which you shall eat among all the beasts that are on the face of this earth, or on the earth, I'm sorry. And this says this. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, ye shall eat. That's the key. What is it? Parting the hoof and chewing that cud. So basically what it's saying, if it parts the hoof and it chews the cud, that's what you got to understand. But go ahead and work on this word here and tell me, transliterate that word. I know you guys just getting off of work, drinking your Yahanna. Somebody got something over there.
Raquas Pax
Okay.
is the second one, Bahama.
Spell it. Don't tell it to me. Spell it. Go ahead.
BAHAMA.
Okay. BA. And that's good. I like the way she's done that because what she did was she took the single connect. Anybody else got it too? Raquah from Myrtle Beach, right? The first letter is Ba, and she gave the full sound of Ba. The second one is Ha. She gave the full sound of Ha. And that's how you do this. That's a textbook way of doing it. That's good, Raquah. And what else? The Ma, M-A, full sound. and you join in the ha at the end. You cut off that part of it because it's at the end. Ma. You can't have an M by itself. So ma is a full sound, and it also gets I'm sorry, it's a joined sound. So you have ma, but in this case, because it occurs at the end of the word, you have a ha. You don't need the ah on the end, so it wouldn't be Bahama. so Bahama, Bahama. She was right. Clap it up for her. Right. That's right, Rapwa. What does that mean? What is that? What does Bahama mean? That's the whole key. What does Bahama means? Bahama means cattle or cow. Bahama. It's cattle or cow, right? So it's cattle. You know, like a cow. It's a cattle or like a cow, right? Or ox, right? What else? Cattle, ox, you know, and you have buffalo. What else you have? Cattle, cow, ox, buffalo, anything else? Now, what makes it uh, an animal that you can eat? Because it does this. It cheweth the cud. That's what you have to understand. There's that word right there, right? It cheweth the cud. What is chewing the cud? That makes sense? Anybody else? But that's true. Chew up the cud. Let's look up that definition of chewing the cud. Anybody? Yeah, well, let's find out what it means then. Because it's important, because there are animals that don't chew the cud. So we got to find out what this means. So basically, uh, it parts the hoof and it's cloven footed. That means like a clove like that. Give up. It cheweth the cud amongst the beasts ye shall eat. What in the world? Let's find out what that is. The cud. That's gara, right? Okay. Chew up the cud. Gara. Let's see. It says basically, the cud, a scraping the throat. Basically, it says as scraping the throat. It's like when you have an animal, they scrape their throat, and of course they regurgitate their food back up, and then they chew it more than one time. That animal is a cow or an ox or a what else? A buffalo. Animals like that. Okay, oxen. Okay, and they have like cows. I know they have more than one stomach. 3, 4, 5 stomachs, I think. And they chew the cud, and that's what you have to understand. You see them under a tree somewhere chewing, like chewing a wad of gum or something like that. That's what you call chewing the cud. All right. For those animals, what are those animals called? When you want to know what they're called, that word cud would be gara. I'm not going to put it up on the board, but the word itself is what? Bahama, cattle or cow. And here's some more animals that chew the cud. What do you got? Of a ruminant animal, further chew partly digested food, basically, all it is, okay? Other animals like what? What are other animals like chew the cud? Anybody else in the chat right there?
Azra's checking in.
Tazara? Who?
Azra.
Izara. Okay, Yahweh Shemala thought about Shem Yahweh Shah says. Uh, and other animals that chew the cud. Anybody can name me at least one more animal that chew the cud. You got cattle, you got cows, you got oxen. Give me other animals that chew the cud, right? That's the key. That's what we're trying to understand here, because that's what we're studying tonight. We're studying um, the dietary laws of Israel. Most High was so kind to give blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians a process in which to go when they do go out and hunt an animal or eat an animal at a restaurant or anywhere. They'll know what to eat. Bahama is cattle, cow, oxen. Okay, but there are other animals. Anybody else know? You got any answers there?
Oh, Michael loves it. Deer.
Deer. Okay, right. Anybody else? Let's see. We got a deer. Right. That's one. Go ahead. Good, Mike. That's exactly right.
Right says giraffe.
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure about a giraffe. But I think people, if it chews the cud and and it's cloven footed, then you can eat it. It's from Africa, so I'm not sure, but I guess I'm not sure. But look it up. If it chews the cud and cloven footed, you can definitely eat it. That's why the Lord said it, regardless of what Adam called these animals, and he certainly did because he had the knowledge to do it. Make sure it does what? Chew the cud, right? And what else? Chew the cud. The cud is garah, and it is cloven footed. That's the prerequisite for a clean animal or what you can eat. The call wa. A call is eaten, of course. What you can eat, the call wa. Okay, that's what you have to understand. Any more like that? Any more animals that we know? She said giraffe is one, and if that's the case, I'm not sure, but I guess it might be, yeah.
Isaiah said oxen.
Yeah, I got ox up here. Oxen, that's correct. That's all. Both you guys seem to be correct right there. Oxen. That's exactly right. It's cloven footed. So I got it's called a hoof, but we're just gonna say, let me say cloven footed. Let me say cloven. Make sure people understand instead of just a hoof. It's cloven footed and it chewed the cud. Bahama. That's cattle. Cow, oxen. Young man said deer. Any more? I think it's more. I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody? It's a locket. How about a sheep? That'll work. How about an antelope? That'll work. How about a goat? All these work, right? Like we're gonna have for the Passover, we're gonna have sheep, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I don't know if we'd be serving anything else other than that sheep, and that's the main thing. That's what everyone has to eat. The sheep tastes real good. There's a lot of spices on it. But anyway, what we said, we got cattle. What's the cow? That's what most people in America eat. But there are people over in different lands. Of course, they eat. Our people are scattered everywhere. We eat sheep, oxen, goats, right? Antelope, deer. So these are the things that we can eat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we got. People got to understand. Um, these are the things that we can eat. All right. I believe if I put that word down right, but that's what you got to understand. That's what we can eat. Okay. Um, how about Shemi Shai Barak? A thumb to all of my brothers, young man Josiah. I'm glad you can join in class, man. Appreciate that. All right. Uh, we're gonna let me see that word. I'm gonna take this word. That word simply means all sheep, and I believe that's what it is. So I'm gonna take this word off, but it's understood that we've got some of these already up there. Deer, sheep, goat. Okay, so let me put this word right here. Let me put this word. We're still on the things that you can eat. Um, let's go to uh, now here. Let's go to animals that you can't eat. Nevertheless, read verse 4. These shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, although they chew the cud, right? Although they chew the cud. And I said the name for word for that is a what did I say it was? Although they chew the cud is gara. Although they chew the gara or cud, okay, this is what it is. Of them that divide the hoof. They divide the hoof. Okay, let's read it again. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat. A call, not eat. Since a call meaning. So far, we discussed the things you can eat, right? Cloven footed, chew up the cud, the deer, cattle, which is Baama, the cow or the ox, sheep, goat, those things you can eat. Anybody can name an animal we can't eat? What do you think? That chew the cud. That don't chew the cud. Of them that chew the cud, Jesus, I'm slacking. Let's read it again. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. What are some of the things that, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof? These are things that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. There are some animals that you cannot eat that resemble these. Anybody know some of them? Here's one.
Azura has an answer.
What you got?
She has PIG.
Okay, so you want to go here. All right. The who? The PIG?
Got it.
All right, let's go. She want to go there. She want to go to the PIG. All right, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go, sis. She wants to go there. What's the PIG? All right. She says the pig, right? So that word we're gonna call it. She's
She also calls it swine.
right. I'm just joking with that, of course.
Mhm.
The PIG. We're gonna put this one, and she call it. Let's see. We're gonna do this. We got it right here. Let's put it over here. We got it right here. Here's one. We're gonna take it and put it right here.
Okay.
This word right here. That's the pig right there. Okay.
Michael Love has a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He says, Salaki, sir, the word you just erased, I
Right.
was a little unsure how to transliterate that.
Right.
One, could you show us how to pronounce the ah and na within?
Okay. What word was it? Spell that. You want to go back to that word? What word was it? Spell the word. What was it?
He said the word you just erased.
I got to figure out what I erased. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see what it is, Michael. Because I'm not sure. Let me see. because I was answering another question here. Okay. What was the name of it? I mean, what did it start with? Does he know the letters for it?
He says,
Because I just erased it off of there.
could you show how to pronounce the ah and na with a dependent connector?
Oh, yeah. But let me find that word here because that's important. That's since you wanted to go over that. Let me do that. Let's find it first. Let's find the word, all right? Because I don't want to get. I'll answer that for you in a second here.
Isra said, oh, he has an answer. He said it was the tazah, independent connector, then the ah and na.
It was a tazah and a what else?
And a ah and na with the dependent connector.
A ah
And a na.
and a na, right? Like that? That one? Okay, gotcha. All right. I think I understand what you're saying now. There's a reason why I erased it because let's put it up here. Let's find out what that is. Since you want that one. That word goes like this, okay? It's like this. T-A-Z-A, Taza. Then you got A-H-N. Okay? Tazaan. Tazan. Tazaan. Okay? So I'll let you sit up here and see that for a second. Okay? All right. Let me see. What did I have down for that? The Tazaan. That's it. This right here is what you're looking for. You give it the full sound. If this is like this, you give it the full sound AH because that's ah. But over here, because it's ending with a na, you don't pronounce the ah afterward. So it's Tazaan. But it has to be AH. Okay? Or Taza'ana. If you wanted to do it this way, which I don't believe, I'm trying to figure out.
He said the was.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm trying to figure out why I even have it on there. Oh, yeah, I see. I was describing. But what did you want to know about it? You just want to know how to pronounce it? What did I have on there? Okay, got it. Um, I don't forgot what word I was looking at in there, but anyway, you could but it's got to get if you write it like this, or if you not, you would have to write the word like this. You'd have to change this and do this. But I can't remember what it was. Um, and then it would be ana, taza ana. But I don't think that's it. I believe it's this. Okay. But you have to give it kaza, then you have to get ah, full sound, and you have to put a na there because that's what that is, a na. Okay, but that's not that word. That word is not really what I want. But anyway, do you got it? Does he have it right there?
He said the water's just a walk you to the rest of the class.
Yeah, yeah. That's I didn't want to use that word right there in that sense. I'll take that back. Anyway, where we at? Okay. So what we're talking about before we get to a pig, we want to talk about what other words. Let's go here. Let's address verse 4 again. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, okay, or of them that divide the hoof, okay. Slocky, I'm sorry. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divideth the hoof, as the what? The camel, because he cheweth the cud, but he divide not the hoof. That's what you got to understand. He's unclean to you. So if you have a word like a camel, okay, you spell that word ga. You can spell it. You can spell it in two different ways. I'm gonna put it in ancient ga, and then you're gonna have ga. Spell that wrong. That's a camel, but it's pronounced ga. And then you want to have ma. Then you want to have la, like this, gamal, or it'll spell like Gamal. Now that thing chews the cud. It says it right here. Because he cheweth the cud. He cheweth the cud. But he divideth not the hoof. That means a camel hoof is not cloven footed. It's not like that. You know, it's not like that cloven footed. But it chews the cud. The Bible says he is unclean to you. He's unclean. That's what you got to understand. Okay? That makes sense? Of
Makes
course.
sense.
Go ahead.
Makes sense.
Yeah, now these words, these up here, of course, these are clean. All of these are clean. But this one, unclean. That makes sense? Now let's go to let's go to the next. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud. What's a coney? Anybody? Verse 5. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he's unclean to you. Now he'll chew the cud. That means they'll chew their food up more than once, but they divide not the hoof. What in the world? Anybody know what a coney is? I know we've done this before. Right?
Okay.
And that word right there, coney, is a shapan. Shapan. So let's spell it. Sha. You can't see that word, can you? Sha. Pa. Na. Shapan. That is a coney. What is a coney? Anybody? Anybody? It's a rock badger is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anybody know what a rock badger is, man? That's one of those little mean looking animals, right? It's an animal that you don't want to meet on the road. But shapan, that word is sha, right there, P-A-N. Okay?
Michael Lowe said, I believe it's a coney. It's like a rabbit.
No, it's not a rabbit. It's a rock badger. I used to think that a long time ago, but that's not it. That's not the case. Okay. But I understand what you're saying when you say that. Okay. That's what it looks like, but it's not. All right. Um, but but I will tell you what eh, yeah. Well, but it's not a rabbit. They say it is, but a coney is actually a rock badger, Chapin. Okay. And of course, they got some people call the hare a rabbit. That's what it is. But some people say that it's really not. But anyway, it's unclean too. So the rock badger, it's a badger, and the hare or the rabbit is bad too. I'll just write him down here, but that's not what that. I'll circle that one. But they unclean. Oh, that's unclean. That makes sense. So make sure y'all understand that. That's all unclean. This one's unclean. Okay? But this is how you spell the word. Okay? Gamal camel. You can't eat no camel. You don't want to do that's anyway. Let's finish reading the Bible and then we'll get into the rest of his words here. Okay? All right, where we at? And the coney because he chewed not okay. Right enough hook. The key is the coney because he cheweth the cud. Like a lot of these, like I said, there's a lot of these animals regurgitate food from their throat, but they're not divided of the hoof. So he's unclean to you. The rock badger, the rabbit, the camel, all of those. Okay. Okay. Now, and the swine, though he divideth the hoof, and cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, now he divide the hoof. He got a divided hoof like any other animal. You would think, but he doesn't chew the cud. He's unclean to you. Okay. Now, how do we spell that? I believe I have it spelled out right here. The swine. Make sure you guys put that in your notes. More of a and the swine. So that word would be ka za yar. Kazayar. This word right here. Can you see that? Kazayar. That would be pig or what? Swine. Can you blow that up? Can you see that? It's a pig or a swine. That word right there, have it. Or he will swine. What is he? He's unclean to you. Or swine. He's unclean. Okay? He's unclean. All right? That animal's unclean right there. But that's what America does. They live on pigs. They would take a perfectly good hamburger, right? And mess it up by putting strips of bacon on it. And that's pig bacon. They don't know what turkey bacon is. Am I right? They don't know what it is. They don't know how to go in there and get to. Anyway. All right, let's move to this word here. We ain't going to give this one away. We'll let you guys transliterate this one right here. The one with the red dot by it right there. I got enough red? Yeah. Transliterate that word right there, okay? While y'all, yeah, that one. Okay, I think we let's see. Transliterate that word there. I think I'm gonna Yeah. And we're going to get into the fish here in a second. But let's do this one real quick. As a matter of fact, I'm going to we're going to do the fish over here just as soon as I erase this. Well, there's something in the sea that you can eat. A lot of people get these mixed up all the time. Okay, we go ahead and take this off. All right. There. Transliterate that word there. Let me see. That word, I really want that. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, transliterate this word right here. That word. Because we did some of this, but I just go ahead and let's go ahead and write this one down here because people. Let's go ahead and see if y'all come up with this right here. Um, ooh, this is a difficult one here. Check this out.
Azra has an answer.
What you got there? Hold a minute.
She's asking.
Yeah, let me check it out myself, okay? Before I go there, Azra. Let me check it out myself. Sorry, lock it. Before I go there. That's not the word I wanted. Dang. Boy. Which one she's trying to do? This one here?
Yes.
But that's yeah. But what she got? Because that's not really the word I wanted.
She has
Mm-hmm.
TAAHMAAHAH. She's asking if that's it.
Um. Yeah. Um. That is not the word I wanted. Um, Salakia. I get my words, some of these words here, I got it mixed up here for sure. Um, let's go back. I think I may have written some of these, something wrong here. Slakia. Okay. Slakia there. Let me go back and write this. This just said, this is a bad night for me here for this. That ain't right. Let me hold on a minute. Let me go back and find the correct word. I got something written down here. Here, let me give you the correct word for that. Okay. The word, this word right here. Yeah, that's the wrong word. I got it written down wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. I know it wasn't right because I spelled it wrong. Slocky for that, okay? But here's the correct word for this. I want you guys to transliterate this. Slocky for that. Here. There. There we go. Try that. Try that word, slocky. Try this word here. One with the red dot. I just had something written down here. Try that. I'm getting some wrong words tonight, am I? So lock you for that, y'all. Don't be mad at me. Can they see that? Right here. If I had too much on the board, maybe. I think that's what it is. Try that one. Okay. What we got? Can you see that? Okay. There we go. That's better?
Okay.
All right. Salaki the Azara, a young man, had some words on the board that was written when I changed my mind or something. What we got?
Okay. Azra says
Right.
TA.
Okay.
MA.
Yeah.
AH.
I think that's a better word. Salakia. That's better. That fit a little better, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I've had some stuff there. Salakia, y'all. Okay. This word right here, these things, just like the pig was, that's what this word means. Anybody want to guess what it means? Anybody want to guess what you think that word means? Tama'ah. Tama'ah. We talked about you can eat thakawa, so let's go to tama'ah. Yeah, I had it definitely written down wrong. So this would be unclean. Slocky about that. These are the things, let's talk about unclean now. Lock. These are animals that are unclean to you, right? Okay, and we already talked about one was the pig, right? How do you say that word right there? Ka. Just spell it. Ka. That's one, right? Ka. And we want to say za. Kaza yar, right? That is a pig. And he's what? Tama'ah, unclean. I try to I can't mix the two together, the clean and unclean on the board because I don't have enough room. That's one problem. That's one problem with spelling of some of these words here. I get them mixed up. So it's no excuse, but that's what I did. Slocky. That makes sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, Kazayar. I said it. Yeah, it's actually two A's, Kazayar, right? That's a wild boar, a hog, a swine. These are some of the things that are unclean to you, right? That makes sense?
It makes sense.
All right, let's go to the next one here.
They're asking if any of the, oh, I see.
Yeah, and we went over this one before, Shapan. And they're asking what else?
No, you gave the answer for the word.
Yeah, that's
unclean.
Yes, unclean. The Shapan, that's like a coney or a rock badger. Okay, that's what that is. So it's like a rock badger, like this little animal with a little stripe all around, like he lives in the rocks. A lot of people, I guess, when they lived in the rocks, they saw this rock badger, but you can't eat him. He's unclean. He's like a badger, right? And we had that on the board already. Just had the wrong side of the board going on. That's all. What about this word right here? We had this, see, and that's the camel, see? So, right? Okay. All right, now let's put in here, there are some fish that we can't eat. Let's put it up here. That makes sense? We'll erase this one here. Okay. We're still talking about unclean, right? Well, let's go to it then. Let's find out what this word is right here. There's some more unclean things. All right, let's do this word right here. Or unclean or impure. You can't eat it. That's the whole point. A lot of people go around eating things they shouldn't, that are children of Israel, and that's what we're here to tell you that you can't eat. Read this word right here. What is this word right here? Well, that ain't gonna work. Let's try some. Okay, yeah, here we go. Here. All right, let's try this one. Try that word. Here's our next one. Our next word that we're going to do real quick here. Let's figure out what this is. Lock. Let's try that. Lock about that. Get you guys are really getting your exercise in transliteration today, aren't you? Because I'm giving it to you, that's for sure. All right. I'm getting ready to give you some Assyrian words here too. A couple more and then we'll end class, of course. But work on this right here, that word right there. Just in case you join in with ISUPK, start off in 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and we're teaching the dietary laws. So let's do that one with the blue dot right there. Let's transliterate this word right here. Of course, these are the dietary laws that the Most High told us to do so that we can keep ourselves healthy. That makes sense. So let's deal. And I had a few misspelled words. I apologize that to you because I had tried to use two sides of the boards there, but no excuse. Right? Okay. And of course, what the Lord said, he said, let's go back and read that because we just got rid of, we just told you where you can't eat the pig, right? Mm-hmm. Now we're into something else here on the same Leviticus 11, right? It says, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and he be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of course, we talked about the pig, right? Okay. And of course, of their flesh shall you not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean to you. The Lord is talking about Leviticus 11. Of course, he's talking about the pig, right? Mm-hmm. And we had that word up. Now we're dealing with some more animals here that Most High said it's ta'ama, ta'ama'a, tama'a, tama'a, unclean, right? These shall you eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters and in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And then it's talking about what's in the water now. So let's see what this word will be right here. You know, we want to see if that word now you can eat whales and and of course all these other things, all these other beasts like pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, snails, bats, dogs you cannot eat. They are unclean. They are ta'ama. Tama'a. That makes sense? You can't eat those either. You know, the Most High give you general directions so you can follow, so that, you know, like you chew up the cud and one don't chew the cud, and one has not as cloven footed, but he don't chew up the cud. So these things you can't eat. So you got to use exercise a little common sense here, saying, But if you're not sure, make sure you call ISUPK. We'll tell you. Like, I'm not sure, like this Rob Qua, I think she said something about giraffe. I guess she wanted to find out about giraffe. I don't know. I don't eat no giraffe, Wakwa. But if I ever get one, I'll make sure I know how to barbecue that rascal. But I don't know. You know, I've never eaten one. I could care less about it. But if that's what you eat, or if you think you can eat them, Make sure he chew up the cud, scrapes his food off his throat with that sound, and sits under some tree or stand up in a tree, and he's and chew up the cud, regurgitates his food more than once, and make sure he's cloven footed, divided of the hoof. Make sure he ain't got no paws either, like a camel.
Mm.
Ugh. But some people, you'd be surprised. Some people eat that camel. A camel, man's a good animal, but it ain't made to be eaten. That you get on that camel and go across the desert. And when I got a hot desert and I ain't got much water, I want that camel in front of me so I can get the hell across that desert. But I'm not gonna slay my camel, especially when I got to go to Passover across the desert somewhere. Like, get up.
Azara has an answer.
What you got, Azara, right?
She's asking, is it D-A?
D-A?
R-A? R-A-W?
It wouldn't be just a W, Azara, because it has an independent connector underneath, so it's gonna get its full sound. Wow. That makes sense? But check this out right here. That's the one I'm concerned about. I know, and sometimes that look like a, let me do this right here. Now, how about that? I'm gonna really slant it on you. That ain't no raw. But it may look like a raw because, hey, because I didn't put enough slant on it or whatever. But I understand why you would say that. I got it, sis. I'm sorry. I just locked you. But what is this? Come on, y'all. Y'all deal with this. The first a da, yeah, independent connector. Then we have what? Something right there. Then we have, what's that? A wa. The independent. It gets its full sound. It ain't gonna be D-A-R-A-W. Nah. So what's in the middle here? And of course, I'm adding on the there because it's got its full sound. Anytime you see an independent connector, it has to get the full sound. That has to. Okay.
Oh, okay. Michael Love has an answer. Salakiata.
Mm-hmm. Michael Love.
He has D-A-G-A-W-A.
Right. So let's clap it up for both of them right there. Exactly right. That's exactly right. You're exactly right. D-A-W-A. D-A-G-A-W-A. Exactly right. I'm slacking about that. So what is this? I may even put, let me see, wait a minute here. I might have done something. I forgot something up in here. You know what? I forgot a sound. Jesus, just the same idea. I forgot this one right here. All right. This is just pure, not me to do this. I forgot a sound, and I know it's best to get it right, though, right?
Right.
So this is it right here. Right here, Salakia, and this is not Michael and Izara. I forgot that right there. So let me go ahead and spell this. I'm sorry. It's D-A right here. Then you got G-A-H. Okay, Salakia. And then you got Wa. Now, what does this mean? What you got to get the full sound. It's my fault. I apologize to you. It's my fault. Da by itself, da, and you have I forgot the ha right here. It says this the ga. The ga is what? It's another way of saying fish. Okay, so it's the fish that he can eat or you can eat. So it's the fish, clean fish. This is what it is. And how do you know that it's clean? How do you know that? Um, y'all put that in your notes. It's daga, and then of course wa over here is there. Salaki. Okay, that's a possessive adjective. Okay, dagawa, and so it's really daga, or just say daga, or fish. Okay, that's what you got to understand. That's what um, you got to understand what this word really is. Okay, so basically, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales. That makes sense. If it's got fins and scales, then you get to eat it. Okay, that's what you got to understand. So tell me what this word is. This word right here. If it's got fins and scales, the Bible says fins and scales. Okay, but when you're saying, of course, fish, you're saying the word daga, daga, and dagawa. That's a way of saying the masculine for fish, I guess. Dagawa. Okay. Um, but go ahead and transliterate that word. Wa in this case will be like his, or his like a masculine. Is the fish, or the fish of the man. The fish of a man that he can eat should have these. It says fins and scales, so let's put it down. So I want you guys fins and scales. That makes sense?
Makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So these shall ye eat. Verse 9, Leviticus 8:9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. That means everywhere. You can't go and say, hey, man, I found these up in a mountain somewhere in Gennesaret somewhere, so I can eat them. Nah, man. Yeah. You got to still have fins and scales. Don't matter what that water is. It can be up in Kalamazoo, Michigan somewhere. It don't matter. It has to have fins and scales. The dagawa, the fish that you eat. Okay? Daga. So slaki for that word I put in there, because I've been off on a few words tonight, but I had to clean them up. So tama'a, unclean. That's what that word is. Daga, fish, fins and scales. Okay, slaki.
Okay, Michael Love and Ezra both having answers.
Okay, they do.
Mm-hmm.
They got answer to this one right here.
Count out.
All right, hold a minute. Okay, what you got?
Okay, Michael Love says SANAPAYAR.
What does Azra say?
Same. SANAPAYAR.
Yeah, let's clap it up for both of them. Right, exactly right. Exactly. I think I finally got one right on the map. What do you think sana payar means? It means this. That's what we've been talking about. It means fins. Okay? Put that down and you know that's spelled correctly. And of course, let's put the last word down here. See if you guys can get this. I'm gonna put it in. I better not do that to you. Let me write it down right. The last word. Let me do this one here. Okay. Because we're talking Leviticus 11, of course. Uh, you know. Okay, let's see what we got. Right here. There we go. All right, this will be the last word of the night. Let's go ahead. I make amends for the spelling tonight. It's atrocious for me, that's for sure. But I always try to get them right because it won't come out right. That's the reason why I look at them and I have to drop back and put it up there correctly. I tried to use both sides of the boards and I figured out I couldn't use it on this exercise. I'll have to maybe type it out next time for you, okay? But anyway, the word sana payar, that's fins. So when you eat fish, you have to have fins and scales. Let's read that word. Um, and in verse 10, it said, and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers and all that move in the waters and of any living thing which is in the waters shall be a dominion. Shall be an abomination unto you. Read that again. And all that have not fins, if it's not fins, if it ain't got fins, it's like right here. All the fish, daga, or anything. So when I put fish, I don't put anything. How about that? Fish or anything. That makes sense? That's in the rivers. Anything's in the waters. That makes sense? In other words, a lot of people do. So I can eat shrimp. Well, if anything in the waters, it got to have fins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sanapayar, and what else? Anybody come up with this word right here? This will be the last word that we got tonight. Before I mess up another word, Salaki. I promise you I'll be better prepared next week. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Talk to me. Sanapayar. Sanapayar. That's that word. Because you've used connectors, and I didn't use any Assyrian on these words. I used all ancient Hebrew. Okay. Next week I may use some Assyrian, so always be prepared. Okay. But tama'ah. Now, so we're saying the things that are clean to you, the unclean. We already went over that. If it doesn't have fins and scales in fish, then you cannot eat it. That makes sense?
We have some questions, answers with question mark.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's your answer?
Okay, Michael Love has.
These are, let me point to here. Let me point to this right here. These are, if it's clean, it has to have fins and scales. Okay? If it's not clean, it ain't got no fins and scales to it. You can't have fins and then oh that's good and then like catfish. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. What you got?
Okay, Michael Love has QA.
QA.
SH. AQ.
What is it?
SHA.
SHA, yeah.
QA.
Okay.
SHATH. Azra has an answer to.
What she got?
She has QA. SHA. QA. SHATH.
Right. And what does that spell? Kwashath. That word means scales. That's since we're talking fish here. Okay, so this is fish right here. That's what that is.
Mhm.
That's what these. Just got to have these qualifications right here. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm gonna take this word off of here. Well, yeah, we'll leave that one right there. We'll leave this one and point to anybody know any unclean fish? Anybody? So okay, I tell you what. I tell you what. Before I go unclean, anybody know any uh daga? That's fish, or anything that has fins and scales? Give me at least one clean fish. Anybody that's got fins and scales? Because you got to have sana payar, a quashath. That's what you got to have.
Michael Love has an answer.
What you got, Michael Love?
Salmon. Salman.
Okay, salmon. That's
Salmon.
going to, huh?
Or salmon, depending on where you're from.
Salmon, right?
Okay, well,
Okay, salmon. Any other first? I know what y'all like. I see y'all like that salmon. Anybody else?
okay, Azra says flounder.
Or flounder, right? Okay. Rakwa, what about you? Are you still there? Who else? How about Shar? Dennis? Salmon, flounder, and so on and so forth. Because they have, if you ever take a knife, you can scrape the scales, the quasha scales off of them. And of course, you got fins. That's what make the fish go back and forth. Now we ain't talking about no eel. We ain't talking about no what else. We ain't talking about no shrimp.
Azra said
Uh-huh.
or catfish.
Or what?
Catfish.
Catfish what?
Unclean.
Okay, catfish would be unclean. Right, let's put it up here. Catfish is what? Unclean.
Mm-hmm.
That's tama'a. Okay? They unclean. What else? Again, name another unclean animal that dwells in the sea, or whatever creature that dwells in the rivers or sea besides catfish. Anybody? Because it would be tama'a, unclean. Okay? Anybody? Or another fish, for that matter.
Michael Love says shark.
Yeah, you can't eat no shark. You know.
Azra has an answer too.
What she got?
She got crab or lobster.
Oh, Lord, you can't eat them. The crab or lobsters, off limit, right? Those are what? Unclean.
Mm-hmm.
That right there. Okay, and of course the clean ones are these down here.
Rob Quad says another unclean is clams.
Rapqua say clams.
And Azra said shrimp.
How y'all know all these? Clam and what?
Shrimp.
SHRIMP. I bow now to those animals, they awful. But anyway, that's right. Catfish, clam, shark, shrimp, crab, lobster are all tama'a unclean. Okay? But thakalwa, I'm sorry. Things that you can eat in the sea, of course, is salmon, flounder. How come y'all got more things you can't eat? You gotta give me at least one more. Okay, look.
Azra had two.
What?
Azra has two clean.
Clean? Give me some clean. Go ahead.
She got bass
bass.
and perch.
Oh, that's my favorite, boy. Perch, Jack. The perch, right? Those are clean. Okay. Because they have what? Sanapayar, fins, and quashaf, scales, bass, perch, salmon, flounder. But you got snakes.
Rapqua is another one. I don't know what this is.
Who?
Rapqua.
What you got?
I'm not sure what this is. SPOTS. Spots.
SPO.
A
spotted bass?
She just says spots.
I don't know what that one is, right? But if it doesn't have fins and scales or sanapayar or quashaf and Lashawan Qadash class, we call it unclean.
So, okay, sir, Azra has a question. Where does tuna fall?
Tuna fall?
Which category?
Oh, tuna is unclean. That's a good one. That's a good way to put that. Mm-hmm. Tuna is, let me put that one up there. We got room for him. Tuna, unclean, right there. Because the microscopic fins and scales is what it may have. It tuna have fins, but the microscopic scales in them, we count it in the ISUPK as unclean. So follow that law. Okay. Tuna is unclean. Don't eat that. Do not eat tuna. Okay. They sometimes call it chicken of the sea. I think it was called that. I can't remember. There's one
commercial.
Charlie Tuna. Yeah, no, don't eat him. He's tama'a. He's unclean. Okay. Anything else? Rapqua or Hawaba or young man Dennis or who's the other? Michael Love. And who asked that question? Izara. Anybody else? Any more questions about this? And don't go eat no catfish, shark, crab, lobster, shrimp, clam. Don't eat that. Anything that don't have fins and scales, or sanapayar, or quashaf. You can only eat things that have fins and scales. Salmon, flounder. I'll give you some examples. Bass, perch, and so on and so forth. You can't eat no swordfish. You can't eat stuff. I mean, it's just the Most High can't go around. He could, if he wanted to, he could have had Adam say, name them all. But you wouldn't have had a book. It would have been like a book this big. So he just told you the conditions of these animals, what you can do and what you can't, what you eat, what you can't. Like things that chew up the cud and things that don't chew the cud. And things that do both. If it chew up the cud and it's cloven footed, it's clean to you. Okay. And if it don't chew the cud, and it's cloven footed, it's not clean. Or the other one. Have to have both of those conditions in it. Okay. That makes sense. So let's see. And of course, that word clean is dagawa. Okay. Or daga. I'm sorry. Dagawa. Yeah, that's fish. The clean fish. All right. Unclean, impure. Okay. Got it. Anything else we need to name here? Anybody? That's it? So let's clap it up for class right there. All right. Let's read some announcements, right? Right. We're the ISUPK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Okay. The rule for the new brother or sister: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After a 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher, the praise fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Of holy convocations. The next one is going to be Purim, right? We had a problem with understanding what day that was, but I believe it's the, we'll read about it here. Purim, 14th day of the 15th and the 15th day of the 12th month, Monday, 2nd of March, and Tuesday, 3rd March, 2026. Okay, Esther, what is that? 9, 28, and 31. Of course, we'll remind Akim and Akim to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a troop in the school, to start wearing all black boots, pants, headband, and scarf. Of course, for the women too. If they want to be a in the school, just make sure you put your name in the chat and participate. Go ahead.
One more question.
Go ahead.
Azra asks, is spots and croaker, or are they similar?
Croaker, I know what croaker is. A good fish. You can eat croaker. Yeah, you can eat croaker. I'm not sure about spots. I'm not sure about that. Bluegill is good. Croaker is good.
Mahi.
I'm not. I guess I'm not sure about that one. You have to look that one up.
Okay.
Okay, but anybody else got something to say? Yeah, we'll answer.
Rap process that
Mm-hmm.
not too many people know about spots, but they have
Right.
fins and scales. But
They do. Okay. Well, I mean, if they do rock quad, yeah, that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. Send me. I'll look it up. Send me the correct, or just write it out here in the chat what the correct scientific name for it, and then I'll look it up. Then I'll know myself. Okay. But I believe you. It's not that I don't believe. I just don't. If I don't know something, I won't say it. But I appreciate it. So let's clap it up for class again. I'm sorry. It's like, all right. We're going to stand and give a salute to the brothers and the sisters here. Okay. Salakia. Okay. All right. Mam Shabbat. Majid. Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Barak Atam. Yat Matah. Sar. Face the sisters. Mam Shabbat. Amagim. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema, I like that. By Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yat Matah. Class dismissed.